A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. On May 28, 2024, the paths of comet C2022 E3 ZTF and C2017 K2 Pan-STARRS complete the depiction of the sign prophesied to be given to a wicked and adulterous generation. As explored in the video A Time to Prophesy, this is also the sign that Jesus prophesied in Matthew 24:30 would appear before his coming. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. Comet E3 strikes the pendulum line of the horologium constellation a second time on May 28, 2024, indicating the beginning of the 372 days where the wrath of God will be manifested, as explained in the visit of vengeance. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. The time of trouble such as never was, foretold in Daniel 12, when Michael stands up to deliver his children. 372 days for which portions of the Spirit have been provided begin on May 28, 2024, leading to June 4th, 2025, when Comet E3 strikes the pendulum of the horologium for the third time. The week prior to the beginning of this time commemorates the Passion Week of Jesus, as it was in AD 31. A careful study of God's calendar, as shared in the video The Blood of the Sabbath, reveals that Jesus died on the cross on May 25, AD 31. The horologium constellation depicts the cross where Jesus hung, suffering the punishment for our transgressions. It is by his stripes, recorded in the archaeological witness of the Shroud of Turin, that we are healed and are able to endure the year of his wrath, which in turn is the day of rejoicing for his faithful children. This is the day which the Lord hath made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. On May 19, when Comet K2 reaches Mesa, the head start of Orion, the midnight hour is struck on the Orion clock. At this time, the midnight cry of the parable of the 10 virgins goes out, announcing the coming of the bridegroom. May 20 commemorates the day when Jesus entered triumphantly in Jerusalem in AD 31, knowing that his chosen people did not recognize the time of their visitation. The heavenly clock witnesses declare the time of Jesus' coming in glory to avenge his elect. Will his people now know the time of their visitation? At the center of the sign, the baptism of Jesus into the sacrifice for our reconciliation with God is portrayed. The blood and water that flowed from his wounds, depicted in Orion, is shown in the constellation of Eridanus. It represents his undefiled DNA that we receive as ours, as explained in the video, The Oath of the Sabbath. May 26 is the memorial of the High Sabbath, when Jesus rested in the tomb after shedding his blood for us. Through his sacrifice, Jesus received the right to become King of Kings and Lord of Lords. His coming in power with a sword and rod of iron emanating from his mouth is portrayed in the horologium constellation. He grants rest to all who enter through the door of the ark with the 777 path, while those who follow the agenda of the world with the 666 receive his undiluted wrath. May 27th is the memorial of that glorious day when Jesus rose again, gaining victory over the sting of death. On the same day this year of 2024, the nations gather for Armageddon at the 77th World Health Assembly to further the cause of the beast and inflicting the sting of eternal death upon the world. The signature of the Alpha and Omega, identifying God Father and Jesus, certifies the sign of the coming of Christ and revealed the names written on our foreheads, Alnitak and Alnilam of Orion. As Jesus prayed at the Garden of Gethsemane, preparing for the trial ahead, so are we to pray. Watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. The year of the Lord is signed by the Holy Spirit with the Greek letter mu, which anciently represented water, and is the initial of Mentaka, the start from Orion's belt, which represents the Holy Spirit. The message the Spirit gives during that time is that of Revelation 22:17, as explained in the waters of Smyrna. And the Spirit and the bride say, Come, and let him that heareth say, Come, and let him that is athirst come, and whosoever will, let him take the water of life freely. Thus, the triple signature of the Godhead is granted to all who look up, believe in the heavenly testimony, which will enable each to overcome the trials ahead. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my God, and the name of the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my God. And I will write upon him my new name.